Oh my gosh. So I am buzzing right now. I just came off of a podcast interview where I got a chance to talk about all of the things that light me up. I got to talk about my psilocybin clinical trial. I got to talk about business and branding and all the things. And then, of course, I got to talk about human design and gene keys and why this work is important. And it really inspired me to just give you a reason if you were on the fence deciding whether or not you wanted to come to activate your genius, unlock limitless income and impact. Don't know what I'm talking about that bad boy right there. So on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, March 13th, there is going to be a live Zoom interactive workshop where you're going to get a chance to get out of your head for an hour, essentially, is what's happening. Because one of the things that I've found is that when we get out of our head for even just a little bit and we get into our body, we get into reflection, we get into just being, amazing creative juices start to flow within us and we start to get really, really clear. And so that is the entire purpose of the workshop that is happening on Wednesday. So just so you know, you have a little teaser. I am going to talk a little bit about human design and how knowing different vulnerability areas and things will be able to help you just be aware of where conditioning might be holding you back. And so, what do I mean by this word conditioning? So, when we were born, we had our own energetic aura. And as we know, everyone has their own unique energetic aura. And it is unique to them. And there are different types. And so when we were born, our aura, baby fresh aura, was just out there in the world waiting to be influenced. And most oftentimes, our parents were the people who were in that influence field. And so oftentimes it's said, especially in human design, that we choose our parents. And as parents, we have a lot to learn from our children and vice versa. So oftentimes when a child is born and they have these areas, let me see if I can pull up a chart and get this visually. So let's see. Let's pull it up. So share. So that's me. We're going to look at me for a second. So what am I talking about when I say the places of vulnerability? I'm talking about these areas that are not colored in. And so the areas that we're not colored in, we take in the energy and the beliefs and the thoughts and all the stuff from the people who have those places defined. And so what can happen is that with these open areas, we're really meant to sample. This is what we're here to learn. But what ends up happening, especially when we're in the energetic field of our parents, is that because we're getting that consistent energy, those consistent beliefs, a start of conditioning or program starts to happen where you feel like you have to think those things. One of the best examples of this is with the ajna. So if you're a child who has a completely open ajna, that means that you are able to see all of the possibilities. And what can happen, especially living in a society that prizes logic and wants you to be certain, is that because you can see all of the possibilities, you feel this pressure to choose whatever one is going to be the most viable, when really you're just meant to sample. You're meant to play in the possibility of what can be. And so when your parents who have their ajna defined, for example, start to stress upon you, you need to be certain, you need to get your head out of the clouds, you need to do this, you need to do that, conditioning, programming starts to happen. And you start to let go of what feels innate, which may be having your head in the clouds sometimes and seeing all of the beautiful possibility of life. And over time, you believe or start to accept that this is the way it has to be, even though there may be areas of you where it does not feel aligned for you to do that and think that way. So that's just that's just a little snippet. We're not going to go that deep in the webinar. In the webinar workshop, we're going to do more interactive things. We're going to do more things that get you into your body so that you can become aware of, what do you want? And what are the skills and the gifts that you innately have that's going to help you get what you want? So if you'll have me, I'd love to support you on Wednesday, because we're going to do some work around getting out of our heads and getting into alignment with the inner wisdom that's within you, that's buried deep under layers of conditioning, of programmed fear and self-doubt and imposter syndrome and new shiny object, like all of this stuff. We're going to go deep under those layers so that you can leave feeling empowered. And if you stay to the end, you know me, I always like to give a free gift. And so you'll be able to have a tangible action step or thing that you can move towards that will get you into alignment. So that was what I was feeling super called to share just now. I am excited for those of you that have registered and have checked your DMs and have confirmed, have signed up for either text or email reminders. This is going to be a beautiful workshop. And yeah, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day on purpose, because you deserve it. Mwah. Gonna remove that, and I'm gonna send you off with one of these. Okay, bye. See you soon.